And breathe. Take a breath. Give it a second here before we see people pop on. There we go. And we breathe. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. Andy Nichols here from Two Legs in a spot usually occupied by my co-host. He does the midweek stream, but today was presale day. Is presale day. It's still ongoing. Woo! I don't know if I should laugh or cry. That anxiety. Hello, MVP. Thank you for keeping me calm. James Boyce. Yeah, had to silence that. Everybody was like, where's Andy? All notifications on all devices went off for that hour and a half. Hello, Lynn. Yeah, I don't even know if I should laugh or cry, Caitlin. There's Caitlin Larkin from the Beatles channel. Did you get tickets today? Because I know you probably just finished off the air a little while ago. Off the charts. Hello, Tom Liverani. Yes, sir. The Liveranis are going. MVP is going. I'm going. Hello, Jack Sutton. No, MSG. No, Tom's good. Tom is good. Tom got tickets for 2 shows as of right now. Hello, Ted. Some of the Two Legs family here chiming in who scored tickets today. We're going to get to that. Were you trying for international shows, Caitlin? Is that why? Because that's part of my saga today. Oh, boy. You do your homework. You sign in. You update your browser. Have we had enough pre-sale codes written down? ZXY4321. Your sister's ass. How many more do we need of these? Oh, my God. You sign in. You do all your homework. You make sure you do everything right. And there's always problems. Now, myself and MVP and our little Liverpool family wanted to go to the Montreal shows. We decided on that about a week ago. Okay, let's go. You've got to switch over to the Montreal, the Canadian Ticketmaster. Sign in. Okay, no problem. You wait in the queue. You get in the waiting room, this whole big thing, and you're like, where am I going to be? The MVP ended up having a closer number. We both tried for night 1 and night 2. She got in quick. And then I got in, and as we're in America, international declined. Bang. Do you authorize this? Do you authorize this? Yes, we authorize it. Yes, we authorize it. Then you try to do it, and then it just kept kicking us out. Maddening. We're on like multiple calls with people trying to figure it out. So frustrating. This was much more frustrating than last year with event travel trying to go to England. And that seemed frustrating. That was a walk in the park compared to this. You know, you figure because that wasn't handled by Ticketmaster. Yeah, what was your queue number? I was, I think, 7,000 something for night 1. And then night 2, the MVP had a lower number, so she got in a lot quicker. Just kept denying your credit card. Yeah, a lot of that happened because your bank or your credit card company doesn't think, okay, you're trying to, go for an international transaction. And I was getting them on my phone. Do you recognize this activity? Are you approving this? Yes, I am. 2-factor, codes, the whole 9. And then it would say on Ticketmaster, nope, you can't get it. This has been denied, like Caitlin's saying. This has been denied. Okay, let's try it again. But the MVP had no problem. Eventually, when she got in, her first card didn't work, but then the second one did. So night 1, we had gotten. Okay, well, night 2 was secured. Great. Now when you wanted to get night 1. Yeah. No luck getting Nashville tickets on my end. Sorry, Richard. That's part 2 of the story here. 20,000, 90,000. Wow, and a 20,000. But you James got in before you, as you were telling me on the phone earlier. So James, good on you. Good show, good pick. It's on a Thursday, so maybe he shows during the week aren't as crowded as a weekend. He got right in, and congratulations to my second favorite father and son duo of McCartney fans, Tom and James Liverani. Fantastic. Tim is going to Montreal night 2. So we didn't get hot sound for either of them, but we got pretty good seats. We are in the VIP for a night 1, section 111 in Montreal, which includes all the merch, but not the sound check. And then in night 2, we're in the 8th row, but we're not hot sound. So good seats for Montreal, but no hot sound. Ted says Ticketmaster made his change his password. I found that accidentally. Interesting. And they said sometimes they'd make you re-enter it too. Caitlin had such an easy time getting in the queue. It could physically get. So are you going to try it again, Caitlin? Have you given up? Don't give up. Because even just before I went live, I saw there were still some packages available. But the Canadian shows were priced way more expensive than I thought they would be. Hot sound ended up being like 3,000 Canadian dollars, which I know is less than American money, but still, you go to checkout and you see 2 hot sound for 7,000 something Canadian dollars. You're like, no. So that was a bit disappointing. But some of my friends that on our family that we're going with will be hot sound. Joan will be hot sound. Nick Syrett will be seeing his first hot sound package and a sound check. I'm happy for him. Have your nerves settled yet? Don't. I never did. I never did, Mazzy. Good to see you. They don't disappear for 3 hours, unlike tickets. Oh, no, it proudly sits right there, you see. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk. Maybe if I can help you out, I will. I never did because I paid it off over like the course of a year or something with little interest. And again, this was only the pre-sale. The regular sale will be on Friday. I think I just took a look for Columbus, and there's some stuff there still. But hectic, stressful day. I did like the fact that they gave unique codes, though, to each user. You would think that would make things a little easier, right? Than just a generic blanket got back 2025 and then whatever city you got. But then, see, some of that was a shit show, too. Some codes, some cities were texted to you. Some were emailed. Some went to your inbox. Some went to your promotional. That was very hectic. And we were all on a Zoom, a WhatsApp call, and we're like, okay, like, where's this one? Where's this one? Where's this one? You're calm now. You've booked your flight. Okay. I'm telling you, when you finish this process, you're not sure if you want to laugh or cry. A, at the expense, or B, at the frustration of the whole thing. Oh, my God. So my partner, hello, Mrs. Beatley Tone. You're off of work. Your husband did well. And, hey, thanks to the help with the family you got in. But it's that international stuff. Well, Lynn, we wanted to choose Montreal because that was the city that we all agreed upon going to. Because we had thought about going to Chicago, but we're all going to Chicago in 3 weeks' time for the fest. So most of us were like, well, it'd be silly to go there again, having gone there in August. Let's choose another show in another city, in another country. Why not? I mean, he's coming back to Canada for the first time in 7 years. Why not choose Montreal? Eastern time zone, not that far away, pretty cheap flight to get to. Let's choose Montreal. And we wanted to pick a city where there were back-to-back nights, which was only 3 of. Atlanta, Chicago, and Montreal. I think there might be another one there too. I forget. But we chose that. And the odds and the chances are to see possibly in November Mull of Kintyre, which I haven't seen yet live. Neither is the MVP. We got our wish last December with Wonderful Christmas Time. Now, hopefully, we'll get that. Fingers crossed. Polythene Spam got into the Buffalo presale early. 53,000 out of an estimated 250,000 waiting. Cheapest tickets I got in were 500. Got some resale on StubHub for $350 a piece. Got to see them at least once. Yes, you do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Ted. In the end, it's worth it. Ted did very well today, too. He got a few as well. Congratulations. Yes, Chris, I know. I know that you're pretty much not a fan of Paul's voice in the current state, and you prefer him doing studio work loud and clear. I get it. on silent mode. Audio wires from work. But hello there, Ed. Did you try for any shows today? Do you? Well, yesterday hasn't been performed in quite a while, so maybe. Then the surprise. We all get Montreal. Then a couple of us had decided on, well, let's see what's available for Nashville. I was interested in Nashville at the Pinnacle, which was going to be really intimate gig, 4,500 seats, GA for the floor, and then like a track for one tier of seating and then seats above it. I would have taken a seat all the way in the back for like $400, which is what we had seen earlier. But then those were getting gobbled up and only the hot sounds were available. So a few of our friends grabbed those. And believe it or not, the hot sound in Nashville was cheaper than the hot sound in Canada. Correct. So one of my friends was already in there, had the tickets in her cart. I gave her my information, and she got them for me. So, yeah, we'll be going to Nashville, hot sound, the whole nine, which is before Montreal. Kind of wish it was the other way around so we could end with that experience, but it'll be great just as either way. Yeah, but it was more for Canada, Caitlin, which you wouldn't think it would be. So really stoked about that. I did speak with your coworker, Tom Frangione, and fellow colleague there, and told me he's going to a few shows as well. He's actually going to see Ringo and then Paul like 3 days apart, which I think is so cool. So congrats to Mr. Frangione of the Beatles channel. Saving, yeah. And I know we have the Fest in a few weeks, but as we were saying, it's like Fest goes on pause. We've got to secure our seats. Tony, if you'd like to come on and talk for a little bit, you can. I'm going to stay on just for a little bit today. I just want to debrief and see how everybody made out today, or if we're waiting for Friday. Hello, Beatle Eddie. Did you sign up for the Las Vegas code? I know you asked on Discord. Yeah. Richard, I've been there. I was a broke college student. I was. I get it. I totally get it. Pittsburgh. VIP soundcheck, second row. There you go, Trent. That looks like a new name. Welcome here. I know. But see, that's what happens. You see them, you add them, you think you have them, but you don't because somebody else can come in and grab them. And between the sites being jammed and a million and one different codes and extra layers of security that's out there now with hacking, it's a miracle that anybody could even get tickets. No, I'll use Google Translate, but Beatley Tone does, so I'll be all good. I'll be all good with that. Or I'll just use Google Translate. So, Liverani's, will you be tempted to go and get a second ticket at a second show just because you have to? Maybe not an all-in package, but just to go. This whole experience has made it clear the government needs to step in and stop letting a monopoly ticket. Yeah, they are. Did anybody notice too when you signed in? It saw that little thing, and it said, "Oh, tickets for this concert are going up from $50 to this." That it's like that price surging crap. It is highway robbery, and I don't know how much Paul has control over it. I really don't. But I do think it's like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. And with Ticketmaster, at least it's a format that you know. StubHub, Vivid Seats, all this other third-party crap that people were buying tickets ahead of time. Oh, I got tickets. Well, no, you didn't get tickets. You got tickets that they bought that they think they're going to get. And if they can't deliver them to you, they give you something else or they refund you. So all these posts on the McCartney Facebook fan pages. I got tickets. No, what you bought is a promissory note. You didn't buy tickets. You were 67,000. Well, Vegas is one of those bigger arenas. It's going to be at the football stadium. Yeah, they are, but they are less expensive in Europe, as we know. It's just again, the whole process is so traumatic where you're just like, A, the cost, B, the stress of, oh my God, I'm not going to get them. B, you do finally get them and go, damn, I just committed to how much money? How many credit cards is this going on? So we'll just work until we drop dead. Or as Warren Zevon sings, I'll sleep when I'm dead. One way or the other. But you're going. And then that thought creeps back into your head. 83, 84 next year. Like, odds are. Yeah, all right. Sure. Tony can tell everybody about his experience too. Tony, I'll message this to you on WhatsApp. Okay, mate? Oh, it's for Pittsburgh. Well, keep going. And then I see people, oh, Wings was $5.76. I think Wings was cheaper than that. I think Wings was a lot cheaper than that in 76. Tom Liverani would know he was there. I think 15 might have been like front row, but I think even then it was cheaper. Oh. Why would anyone buy it at a presale? Because you want the best chance at the best seats, Brad. As we know, especially with a gig like the Pinnacle in Nashville. And that's the thing, too, with this. It's a pre-sale, so it's not every ticket. It's a percentage of the tickets available. There will still be tickets available Friday, and tickets will likely come down in price. But it is just that FOMO moment of like, here's the pre-sale. Like, you don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out on anything. And if there's a pre-sale, Rings was $950 for a top ticket. There you go, Chris. Mazzy says the Stones in 72 are $550 and Macca was another buck in 76. See, but it's all relative. What's that in 2025 money? I'd be curious what's that in 2025 money? See, Richard makes a good point. This was just for people who'd signed up. Now you don't need a code on Friday. Now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can go on there and get something. So if a pre-sale was a horror show, I can't even imagine what it's going to be on Friday. So my initial plan was to secure Montreal today, and if not, no luck on Nashville, I would have just tried again on Friday. As luck has it, Nashville worked out, and a dear friend helped me out and completed the transaction for me. But which was a lot. Oh. Well, in that case, maybe we say move over, Mrs. L, as John sings. You know, I wish you well. Come on to the rock show. $650 is $37 today. Is this the last leg of the Never Ending Got Back tour? Oh, one would think. But then again, next summer it becomes, it's been 3 years, right? It's been 3 years since he was in America. Does South America, does Australia, does a couple of dates in Europe and comes back. You just don't know. I think this is probably it. This could probably be it, I would think. Apart from any one-off small show. Brad says the last 3 McCartney shows in Seattle got decent seats, well under 75 each time. Wow. Beatletti had front row for Queen in 1980 for $20. He was telling us that story earlier on Discord. Let's fly in one of my musical brothers from another mother in another country, Beatley Tone.
Hey. Bonjour, Monsieur Nichols.
This is the guy who's going to get us through Montreal with his French.
Yeah. I told you my theory on speaking French, didn't I?
Yes. Yeah, just add a little something on the end of the word, and it's
you just say the English words and then say moi at the end. Oh, what a day! What a day!
That phone call got very chaotic at times because we're trying to trade information, look on your seat, look at your map, and figure out what was going on and kicking it out. Oh,
yeah. It was quite exhausting, wasn't it?
It was. Mazzy paid $250 in Seattle. Now, he was just telling us that last week when we were on when it got announced. That sounds about right.
Mm.
Mark saw the Beatles 4 times in Detroit in the 60s for under $25. I believe that. Tom Liverani says hi, Tone.
Hi, Tom.
So your issue was anything you tried, it declined your card because it was an international thing.
Yeah. So what happened was, so I entered my my credit cards onto the Ticketmaster.com site, which is obviously the US site, and there there's a big drop down menu where you say which country your card is registered in, and it had UK, so I put UK. But when you go to the Ticketmaster Canada site, it only had the option to say that your credit card was either from Canada or from the US. So all my credit cards were all grayed out. I couldn't use any of them. But luckily, our good friend Nick was on hand, and he, gave me all his credit card details, and I was able to buy a couple of tickets on his card.
Now that you've had a minute to breathe, do you remember where your seats are?
No, but I can look it up.
No, I don't think he's going to add New York. And if he does, I'm going to be pissed because I wouldn't have gone. No, I don't think he will. Where are you sitting, Tone?
So I got section 101, row EE, which so it's on the side. This is for night 2, so it's on the side, but right at the front, and it's the second block back from the stage. So I didn't want to go the first block the stage because I thought the angle looked a bit tight. So it's probably the first block where you can see everyone on the stage, including Abe, and it's right at the front of that block as well. So that's all right. The first night we're on the floor. I think it was row N or something like that. So what's that, about 14, row 14, something like that.
On night 2.
Actually, no. It's closer than that, isn't it? Because the first 6 rows are all at the side of the stage, aren't they?
Right.
So it kind of starts at row 7. So it's not that far back. It's not that far back. I'm happy with those. Not happy with the price, but I'm not. I'm happy with the seat.
At least we going into this, you have these delusions of, we're all going to sit. First of all, a few months back, it was, let's get all the seats together. Then as we got closer, we knew that probably wasn't going to happen. Then it was, let's just try for a section and get seats in that section. And that didn't even happen either.
No.
And then it became a state of panic of, let's just get a freaking ticket somewhere. That's the levels of panic that you go through when you're going through this whole thing, as you all know.
Us and Nick are together on night 1. We got 4 in a row. So we're
then night 2, you're separate.
Night 2, we're all over the place. I think Nick's seat. Oh no, because Nick's got hot sound for night 2. I think so.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He got him, and I think him and Boyan got hot sound for night 2. Tom doesn't think he'll add New York City, considering he was just here for 3 dates in February. Good call there, Tom. Trent says, Tone or Randy, if my wife leaves me, you can have her seat. Okay. Mazzy says there's no West Coast dates either except Coachella and Vegas. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the Palm Springs one, which is the opening night of the tour. Side stage is the way to go, Tone, says Caitlin. So you're on Caitlin. You're on Brian Ray's side then, yeah?
No,
Rusty's?
No, we're on Rusty's side.
Oh, you're on Rusty's side. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. Stressful. I still don't know whether I'm relaxed and actually I'm ready to be excited about it.
Yeah.
Just because it was so.
Once you put the financial aspect to one side, you'll be able to enjoy what you've achieved today, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. And we haven't heard from our friend Joan because we know she is probably still in a queue somewhere trying to get a show.
Yeah.
All over, because she as you know is one of the fans on the run, and she was probably trying to get as many as she could, and she had her whole day blocked out. So I know she is probably just exhausted, and I really thank her for her help, and because she's done this 101 times, so she was really she knows.
She's been coaching us for a week, and she
Jazz. Yeah, the MVP, who was at work, came over for an appointment, got it, and then went back. So Mrs. Beatley Tone couldn't do that. She said, I've just got to nip out for about 2 hours. I'm going to come back. She
Yeah. No, she couldn't.
couldn't.
She couldn't. She was in a meeting. And I think it was her meeting. So,
Oh,
yeah.
God almighty. So you went ahead and booked the flight then after that?
Yeah, we booked the flights this evening. Yeah.
All right. So you're all set then?
Yeah. I don't even want to think about what we've spent today in all.
No, don't even think about it. And let's just not even like worry about the next credit card statement for like a while. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll just bury our heads in the sand with it.
Yeah. We'll think about it later.
Later. And then what we'll do is we'll cut them all up and just start over and then consolidate them all.
Yeah.
The next complaining of the week. Yeah. Oh, that'll happen. That'll happen. Which will not come from me, even though it's going to ship on the 18th. I don't expect it on the 18th. No rant here from me. No Mayo style rant coming about shipping. It'll be here when it'll be here.
No, me, because I've already got.
You've already got it. Christ, the price of the mono box set looks like a.
It does. It does. For what we spent today, we could have bought 5 or 6 of them.
What should you expect with the Hot Sound VIP? Yeah, you get the sound check, number one. You get to hang out in the lounge. I believe you get, although they say you get like drinks and food, but in the UK we had to pay for those. So,
I think they brought round canapes, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, I think well, they did at the hotel. I'm pretty sure they did, but they were all cheesy, so I didn't.
We didn't.
They're vegetarian. And so that means
you're going to get all that stuff, which, as I recall, we didn't even linger too long because Joan was like, look, you're going to want to get on a queue to be let into the place. Forget about all that stuff, walking around or getting a pint or something or getting, vegetarian food. You're going to want to get on a queue to get into the actual arena. So that's what I would do.
You get a bag of merch as well, Ted.
Yeah, you get a nice swag of stuff.
Which is good.
Yeah. Miss Beatley Tone says she was presenting in a meeting and watching her phone buzzing away. Oh, you must have just been like, it must be. How many messages did you come back to? About 200 as usual.
Well, there weren't that many messages, was there? Because it was we were talking on the phone for.
That's true. There wasn't that much.
2 and 3/4 hours that we were.
How long were we on the phone at the end of the day?
About 2 and 3. It was just shy of 3 hours the call, but we started the call about an hour before.
Yeah.
The queue started. Started.
Sound check and a tofu burger. That's right, Mazzy.
Yeah.
Yep. Veggie free meal. Huh. Owen says, I enjoyed your video on Men Love Ave. More should know that record.
Thanks very much, Owen.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
No one is complaining just now. Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Ted, I think Ted scored Buffalo too, which is awesome. I think that's what you're going to do Hot Sound for. Fantastic. Oh, God. He's so tired he can't type. Did anybody try to do this on their phones today? Or did you just lock it down on a computer? Curious about that too. Because they always say, don't go on Wi-Fi and try to be on a computer. And that's my strategy anyway. I wasn't going to sit on my phone trying to do it. I know you didn't do that either.
I don't think I could cope with doing all that on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
That'd drive me nuts.
Yeah. Trying to refresh and go in and all that other stuff. Yeah. Woo. Anybody going to try for Friday? Oh, my worry is I just got a message from Joan. It was a little bit of she ordered it for me, but it came through her, but she's got them. Okay. Okay.
Is that the Nashville ticket?
I provided my details to her, but I think they went to her. So she just got to transfer them to me.
Okay.
So now I can really breathe because I didn't get a confirmation email from AXS because AXS handled Nashville. That was the one gig that was not handled by Ticketmaster. So that thing was like, you've got the little progress bar to see where you are and going. That thing, I was in the waiting for that thing again. And I think I waited close to 30 minutes, if not longer, for that little box to start going. And then when I got in, I couldn't add anything. And Joan was like, well, they were only letting you add one. And if you know Boyan, our friend Boyan in Melbourne, he got one, but there was a one limit maximum for hot sound, which was ridiculous. So, but then Joan says, no, you can get two. And I tried to get two, but it was, again, like the problem Caitlin was having. It wasn't accepting my credit card. So Joan says, I can get the two. I said, Joan, get them. MVP had left at that point, and I really, when I started the day, I was not going to do Hot Sound Nashville just because we knew it was going to be such an expense to go to Montreal. But I think that's the other thing too, Tone, is when we had gone into this thinking Hot Sound was going to be, $1,400, $1,500. Guess what? Hot Sound was a lot more than that in Canada.
Yeah, it was 4,000 Canadian almost.
Which I know it was almost 4,000. When you put two in your card, it was 3,700 Canadian dollars, which I know is less American dollars, but still, that's not what you're thinking. It's just like, wait a minute, no. And It might have been the same. It really might have been the same. But then by the time all the credit card stuff happens, the denials, and as we just said, you just want to get something to be locked in.
I just don't know. I don't understand why it's so expensive on your side of the Atlantic. Was the VIP in London in December was £750, which is what, about maybe $1,200, something like that.
Yeah, it was not. That's why we decided to take the plunge last year and go to the UK, because at that price for a package is not bad at all.
No.
Here's another hero of the day.
Hey,
other than Joan.
My hero.
Woo! We're not worthy.
Nicholas Siret.
Oh boy. Tom Liverani asked, Andy, do you think that a show in Nashville will be different than the other tour dates? It's a good question, because it's an intimate gig. Might be, but I mean, he's got Pittsburgh just 2 nights later for your show, so I don't know. As you just mentioned before, Tom, I hope he keeps Now and Then this second, because I know you haven't seen that yet, and you're dying to. And that's
I don't think you need to worry about that. I think that's nailed on. That's going to be included, especially as when he did got back in the US 2022. That wasn't part of the sex. It hadn't come out yet.
Wasn't out yet.
Yeah. So America hasn't heard that live yet, has it?
Mm-mm. They haven't. So that'll be a nice treat for us Yanks here. Caitlin says, I thought the Nashville VIP wouldn't be more than 1,000. Ooh, no, I had a feeling it'd be more than I thought it was going to be more than what it ended up being, which is why, compared to the Canadian prices, I said, you know what? There's 2 available for Nashville. Again, that's our motto. Life is short by the tickets, and we'll worry about it tomorrow. We'll worry about it tomorrow.
So is Nashville all? I know it's 4,500, but is that 4,500 seats, or is it that's the capacity? Is it all standing on the floor there, or
the floor is standing, and then there's seats around you on what's called the track, and then seats above it. But even the seats, I was reading, were costing $1,200. So if you're gonna go there and pay that money, you might as well go all in and try to get hot sound.
Yeah. So the hot sound is standing as well, or is that?
Oh yeah. No, that's all standing. It's all GA.
Yeah.
Tom says someone must have told Paul that Americans have money. Well, he's certainly got quite a bit of ours, hasn't he? So I think, and what was happening too, I think Boyan said this, is that initially when we did get on, the hot sounds were disappearing because I think people were adding them to their cart, going through, and then having second thoughts about it. And then later on, he was checking, and all the hot sound started popping up again because people had a rethink and said, "Nah, I'm not going to do this."
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, it does. And that's the benefit of that. The hot sound is that, okay, for a GA show, you now have the added benefit of getting into a GA show before everybody else. So that's the game you have to play. Yes, Wink, we did. Beatley Tone, Mrs. Beatley Tone, everybody in our group got tickets for Montreal nights 1 and 2. We're not all over the place, but we all, that's the show that all of Mrs. Beatley Tone, Tony, the MVP, me, Nick Siret, Mrs. Siret, Joan, and Boyan will all be in Montreal for both dates, but there will be a little bit all over the place, but we'll all be there. You could have. I saw that too, Caitlin. Yeah, it was 400 for GA initially. Yeah, they weren't. It was that, but then I think that could not have been a big block of seats because Boyan had messaged that he told us, oh, I see a seat for 400 in Nashville, and that was my thinking. Okay, I'll do the 2 in Montreal, and then if I can get 2 $400 seats in Nashville, wherever, I'll be happy because it's a small gig, right? And every seat's going to be great. But I think people gobbled them up first because, yeah. So, see, this is the thing now. This is the thing. Because it's GA, we might have to get to Nashville like 2 days prior now and queue up. Because think about it, right? If it's GA.
Yeah, but because you've got hot sound, you'll go in first anyway, won't you?
Well, hopefully be with hot sound. Yeah, we should.
Presumably there'll be a separate queue for one for hot sound and one.
Right. Yeah, with hot sound you'll be okay. And then if you don't have hot sound, here's the line you go on. Hi, bye. We're going this way. See ya. Early entry, right? Of course. See, this is our brains are fried because of what we went through this morning. Of course, you know. Hi, son.
You don't have to tell Boyan, he knows all about it.
He does. He does. Tom says the only downside of VIP Hot Sound is that once you do it, exactly, you've gotten the bug. You're into, you know, once you've experienced that, you want to do it again and again, as Denny sings. You're right, Tom. And that's why when Joan was like, I can get 2, and I'm like, okay, wallet. I use this credit card for Montreal. I'll use this one for Nashville. Go.
Yeah. I mean, it is fantastic being that close to the front. But you know, I've been to 23 shows so far, and I've only done VIP twice, and I've loved every show. You know, so just being in there is just great. It doesn't matter too much, I don't think.
No, Beatletti's asking how many shows do we have? We have 3, and Tone and Mrs. Beatley, Tone and Tone have 2.
2, yeah,
2. Let's see. Hot Sound is the package, Wink. So it's the VIP package, right? So, but as I noticed, so like for Montreal on night, I keep forgetting now, is it 1 or 2? There are other sections of VIP that don't include Hot Sound and Sound Check. See, Hot Sound is the sound check, but you can still get VIP seats, which just give you like all the merch and stuff. But you don't get access to the sound check, which is what we have for Montreal night 1.
I think the sound check is a little bonus. The main benefit of doing it is getting, you know, the seats at the front. I think the seat position is more important than the sound check. I think
the seat is more important. And the thing that was the learning thing. I did not expect when we went to Manchester and we thought sound check. I thought, okay, we wouldn't be in the first row, but I thought maybe we'd be sitting like 4 or 5 rows. You're back, you know,
right back from the band. Yeah,
you're basically in front of Pablo's sound mix.
Yeah,
in the middle, watching from afar. So.
Because you got to kind. I mean, because it's so long. He does almost an hour as a sound check. So he'll probably do sort of 12, 15 songs, maybe. But it is a sound check, and their main objective is getting the sound right. So he doesn't treat it like a show. He doesn't talk to the audience during it. He just talks to the band. And I think we decided the reason why they sit everyone far away from the stage during the sound check is that so we can't hear them talking amongst themselves, the band talking amongst themselves. So it serves a purpose. So it's not really like an extra show, but in some ways it is, because you get maybe 12, 13 songs that aren't going to be in the show that you're going to see later. But he might say hello.
No, he does. He does say
see you later. But
yeah, he does. He comes out, and we got the hello sound checkers. He comes out with his little cup of coffee and his little, Mr. Rogers jumper, and they do that big jam, and he says goodbye, and we'll see you later. So, Tom Liverani asks, will these be your first North American shows?
They will. Yes, it'll be the first time I've seen him in North America. Yeah.
MVP says 2 Hot Sounds in Manchester, then the Bowery. We are spoiled brats.
Oh yes.
It's like, just you get that little taste of it, and you just want to keep going back and back. And Joan, I get it now. I can't afford to travel and go to 12 shows all in, but you will be. I think you got 9 on the calendar. I think you wanted to do 9. Nick says somehow I think I will only do Hot Sound once. Well, you've never done it, Nick. So I'm chuffed for you that you're going to get a chance to experience that.
Yeah.
You're going to love it, man.
Yeah, you are. You are.
So, Wink says, I can't rationalize spending $400 the way he sounds now. We messaged Mitch, and I saw your post on the fan page. You're not going to go? Try again on Friday.
Boyan said he's already been in touch with the kidney clinic to see if he can get one removed and ready for selling.
Mitch, have you ever done a Hot Sound VIP experience at a McCartney show? You got to. Have you ever done that? You will. Because you are such a, Nick is he's like all of us, right? But he's such a knowledgeable, lovely guy who is passionate about Macca, like most of us are, and, has the best intentions and the best kind of on-the-spot trivia type stuff. You have to experience this, and make sure that Mrs. Syrette she'll enjoy it too. You've never experienced Hot Sound. Well, Mitch, come on, man, just do it once. Maybe go to try. I don't know if everything's still up for Pittsburgh or because again, try Friday or try later. I don't know. It's the VIP package, Eddie, where you get all the stuff we've been talking about. Matthew Smith, hello. You think I'll visit the Bob Dylan Center in Tulsa? Probably. Paul in Hamilton, Mull of Kintyre. Well, not only Hamilton, but we're hoping Montreal too. But we know how much Tony and Mrs. Beatley Tone just love Mull of Kintyre. So,
well, it's been a while since I've seen him play. He does play it in London sometimes as well, or in the UK, I should say.
Yeah, yeah. I get it. 2 kids and a family. I know. I am ATM. Dad, can I have this? Can I have that? Mark paid $28.50 for Front Row Center in 1990. Well, it's all gotten big business, these concerts, hasn't it? You watch the over the strands of time, right? From the 60s on, it became less and less fan friendly, right? The band used to be, basically in the cavern, they used to just shoot the shit with the band and the fans. And then as the 70s, bigger stages, bigger arenas, more money, and it just became much more commercialized. That's what it is. And it's just gotten more and more profitable. And they make tons of money, these places. Nick asks, with the knowledge you have now, would you do anything different if the pre-sale was tomorrow? I probably would have gone for a stateside show for Hot Sound, like Atlanta or something. I would have. But then again, I don't know. Because the goal of us was we wanted to see a show together, right? And a unique. I've never been to Canada, so and neither is Tony. So we wanted to experience something together. So, probably not. It's just what I wish is, and which we all wish is that the process would have been a lot easier to get all this and not getting kicked out and completing getting our credit card saying, oh, we don't recognize this because it's international and everything else. No, I don't think I would have. Mitch loves Mac, but that kind of money is just to be in his presence is not for me anymore. The Irving Plaza show in 2015 was awesome, intimate, and a great memory. That's fine. Yep. Peter Boothroyd. Hello, sir. I paid £15 to meet Paul one-on-one in 2019. That includes a signed Hey Grandude book that I sold for. Oh, you sold it for £1,000.
Oh, good God.
Can see why. Speaking of finances, I've got that second incomplete Egypt Station suitcase, which is for sale. Anybody wants it?
Still
be
available in Chicago at a knockdown price.
Yes, much. $1,000 certainly. Well, a lot of colored vinyl too. Wouldn't this be cool? He should open the show with, "Can you take me back where I came from straight into Check My Machine?" Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah.
I get it. And we've all been there. In 2002, I was that broke college student, and I had to go with my family and sit at Madison Square Garden in the nosebleeds. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, we've all done that, haven't we? We've all sat right up the top.
Yes. Yeah. And Tom, my partner Tom, has got 2 shows locked in. But I don't think he opted for any of the packages. He just got like a regular seat. I think he's on the floor in the back for one, and then like the first upper area looking in for Vegas and Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I know he was thinking about maybe doing either. He was going to try to maybe do Ontario with Aaron and or the last Chicago date, but that's the 2 he's got. Mazzy says to get a young crowd, they ought to have the entire floor standing. That would piss off old folks, but energize the show. My first Wings and Harrison shows where we stood on the floor the entire time. Well, then I think everybody would have. That's a bit like the Bowery, isn't it, Richard James?
Yeah. The thing is that the show doesn't really need energizing, because even if going from how it was at the O2 in December, I mean, we stood up, as soon as he came on stage, and we didn't sit down until the end, and everyone was standing up. So I don't think that it's nice to have the seats as a little fallback, just in for people that can't stand up for 3 hours. But during that gig, we did stand up, and so did everyone in that area that we were.
Yeah,
even Ringo was standing up at some point.
That's right. 1K buys a nice Harrison Uber seat. Oh, yeah, that certainly does. That's not for sale, though. I get it, Caitlin. I get it. I get it. Mitch is so short. When people tell me to stand, I tell them, I am standing. Peter asks, are there any songs you get bored of because you see many times? Well, in the moment, I might sit down, as Tony just mentioned. I might sit during my Valentine just because I don't need to stand for that song. I do enjoy it live, though, in the video. But I'll probably sit during that song. Chris Hahn says, for $1,000, I want to determine the set list. Yeah. Wouldn't we all? Richard, yeah. And the mosh pitting, which I had to put a stop to with the 20-year-olds that only knew the Beatles songs right in front of me and the MVP and Joan. God, that was so annoying. Could you imagine if you and Mrs. Beatley Tone were standing and somebody just started pushing into you at a Paul McCartney concert?
Oh, we've been to loads of gigs that have been like that. I mean, all standing gigs where people they're in front of you, and then they've got to keep going backwards and forwards to the bar, and because they have a pint of beer, then they have to go backwards and forwards to the loo, and then come back, and then they go back for another pint, and people say, I just need to get near my mate. Mate's just up there.
Just gotta get in front of you. No, back the fuck off. Back the fuck off.
Yeah. It's great being an old git, isn't it?
Yeah. None. Wink. Once we get in, we don't leave.
No drinking before the gig. Ensures that you don't need a bathroom break.
No. Or you just have a really big bladder and you learn to hold it.
Yeah.
Nick says, Tony, for a while we thought Montreal might be standing. Are you happy that we got floor seats?
Yeah, really. I'm really happy with the seats for both nights. Said before, I'm not over the moon about the prices, but for the actual seats that I've got, I'm very happy. So looking forward to it. Let's after all that effort and the coaching for the last week, let's sit back and enjoy it, and look forward to it in a few months' time.
We will. And I didn't sleep a wink last night. I slept for about a grand total. I have a little thing that tells me when I sleep. I slept for 4 hours. I went to bed at midnight and got up at 4 a.m. So I think that was just nervous, anxious, all that stuff. So I think hopefully tonight I'll sleep a little bit better. Boy, and I hope so for your sake too. Mitch, I want to open with I Want to Hold Your Hand. Imagine the lights go down. Macca comes out and counts that off. everyone does the claps, and Macca starts the shows off with their first U.S. hit. That would be a nice freshen up approach, Mitch. He has never played it, Tony, right?
I don't think so, no.
The Brits in London needed a pub stop every hour during our record store crawl last August.
Yeah, sounds about par for the course, I think.
Lynn says, I think I still have the crick in my neck trying to look around someone at a Neil Young concert years ago. Yeah, that's annoying. I got to say congrats here, too. Looks like somebody else got tickets. Lynette got tickets to see Paul in Columbus, Ohio.
Great stuff.
Where are you sitting there, Lynn? Did you go for a package or you just got a regular seat? That was our backup show. If Nashville didn't work out, Columbus was going to be our American fail-safe show. Peter lives near Heaton Park, so he stood outside the Oasis show last week and listened for free. There's the way. If it's free, it's for me. Good job, Peter. Tim, are you guys doing a meet? Well, we're going together, Tim. So if you're going to that gig, message us and we can meet up and have a pint somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to Montreal, Tim, are you?
You think he said he's going to Montreal? Yeah, we're traveling together to these gigs and staying together. So Lynette got the package. VIP third row sound check. Nice. Way to live, baby. Montreal. He's going to Montreal 9-2. Okay, great.
Yeah, we're there.
Message us and we'll make the time. We'll hang. It'll be nice to hang out before the show. Where you sitting? Mazzy, you're on here still. Did you get tickets today? Because I see Nick is asking, but I don't think you were going to try based on our conversation last week. I don't think you are going to go, right, Mazzy? And we know that our other friend on that day is not going to go either. If he's watching, hi Joe, peace and love. Yeah, they never played it again. I don't think he ever played it. Would be an awesome opener. I want to hold your hand. Bit like when he played "I'll Get You" on the 2005 tour. That was when he played. That was so cool. Unfortunately, when I saw the Stones at a football stadium, our seats were on the wrong side of a staircase. That's a constant stream of people going up and down. Yep. Basically, where Tone is sitting in 100L, but 200L. Okay, so just a section above. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. We were saying this, and we must have all talked about 10 times in the last week, either in chats or nightly video calls to hypothesize and wonder and think and strategize. And we were saying in one of those calls that something there is, I think, Tony, when you were thinking about if it was going to be GA and it wasn't going to be any seats, you didn't really fancy that. But then I think we were saying there is something magical about when you do walk on the floor, and even if you're in the 15th row or 20th row, and you're in on the floor, and the sound guy's behind you, and you're walking, and you're looking up, and you're like on the floor. There's nothing like that feeling. I don't care where your seat is on the floor.
Yeah,
it's the truth. Yes, Mitch. Mitch, I want you to still try. I want you to. I think you will. Chicago tickets later. Yeah, I think Chicago is an appealing show because it's the last 2 dates of the tour, right before Thanksgiving, which we know he celebrates now, having been married to Linda and now Nancy. He although it's a vegetarian Thanksgiving, so it doesn't mean anything to our British friend. Nick, do you celebrate it being a half American, half Brit? Curious. But I wonder, Chicago will be it. And I think when somebody said the other night, he always adds dates here and there. I forget who we were talking to. Yeah. Do you think he's going to add any dates, Tone, or is this fixed?
He does sometimes add dates, doesn't he? But usually when he adds dates, it's normally another night at a venue that's already got a gig. He doesn't usually come up with a completely different venue, does he? When he adds a new.
No, it's usually added on. It's on another date in the city. Or
so if he's got, if he's, I don't know, he's got one, say Vegas, for example, and he's got, 3 or 4 days in between Vegas and the next gig, and Vegas sells out really quickly, he might add another date there, for example.
Right.
Celebrating Luke.
Oh. Yeah, Tom, as we were both there in 2007, the High Line was GA. And, other than the Bowery. That was it. And now it'll be Nashville. Tim says a big chance he'll do Michelle, which he usually does in Montreal. So if we get Michelle and Mull of Kintyre, what do you think that those two songs replace in the current set?
I'm hoping Come On To Me. It'll be one of them. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Michelle and Mull of Kintyre would be great additions. Now, is Ontario before? Is the Hamilton show before the shows in Montreal? So. Yeah, right?
So. Yeah, I think is one of them the 8th of November? I can't remember now.
No, that's Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think they are. So if there is going to be any tweaks, so say Mull of Kintyre is a surefire edition, we would know after the Ontario gig.
Yeah.
Yes, Mitch. Please. Preach, Mitch. That's Mitch Axelrod he hosts the Beatles podcast Fab Four Free for All and runs that Facebook page for all relevant Beatles news. Mitch always has it first. Give their show a like and a listen. Richard, yes. If there's only hot sound left for Nashville on Friday, should I splurge on it and not look back? The answer is yes, as John Lennon sings. It is. And you know what I'm going to do while we're here live on Two Legs right now, I'm going to open up my other screen and I'm going to check for you right now and see if there's any. Let's see what the waiting room is for Nashville. Let's see what it looks like. We're going to bring it up. AXS. We'll even share the screen. See if we can do that. AXS. You want to answer Matt's question here while I get the Nashville show pulled up?
Yeah. So. I think that the VIP doesn't include the sound check, but you get like a good seat near the front, and you get the bag of merch. But if I think Hot Sound is with the sound check as well, I think that's the difference.
Mm-hmm. Of course, they want the code. Tom says those songs might be added in.
Yeah. Well, we won't say no to extra songs, will we?
Hell no. I've got to just go back into my email now and pull up the Nashville presale code. That was annoying too. You know, they were either, some of them were texted, some of them were emailed. And for a while, Tony, we weren't getting anything.
No.
Remember, we were just waiting and nothing was coming through.
Yeah. I think I was the first one to get the code for the Montreal shows that we were all waiting for.
Yes,
I got a couple of others that I registered for, like Atlanta and Chicago. I think came quite early.
Oh, where's that damn Nashville code? Hamilton's after Montreal.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
So it would be us first. Interesting. Here's my Montreal. Here's my Nashville code. Let's copy it and put it in. See what they say. Enter your code. Sure. First time they did it this way too. Yes, Matt. Congratulations. Well, he lives in the South, so that's probably not. That's going to be a hop, skip, and a jump. Congratulations, Matt. Once in a lifetime splurge. Or once you do it, you're going to want to do it again and again, as we said. Okay, Richard, I just checked.
Great stuff, Matt.
I can't share the screen because it's another browser, but it says there are no tickets available right now. But that's the pre-sale, Richard. Check again. I think, was it Friday, right? Because there's another pre-sale tomorrow, but it's only Amex, right, Tony?
Yeah, if you've got an Amex card, there's an Amex pre-sale tomorrow, and if you haven't, there's a general sale on Friday.
Boyan, he's a smart lad. This one.
Oh, he is.
He's a smart lad. This one, and he's just earned his degree. So give him a round of applause. It's a small gig, so it's not going to be like a typical sound check where you are further back. So that's good to know. I wonder where they slot us then for that.
They'll probably still put you halfway back.
Probably, yeah, but it's going to be tiny. You're going to be closer than you would be.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Dress Me Up as a Robber would be a great add-on. Even better if Paul dedicated the song to Ticketmaster. Fact, Joe. Joe, did you go for any tickets here on this? I know, and thank you for messaging us. And but I'm not sure if you have. You're gonna wait. CLM Inc. attended a private party in 2015. Got to watch the sound check by myself, along with the security guard and sound man. I freaked when he started the sound check with Big Barn Bed.
Wow.
Was that on ukulele, right? Just a little bit? And that when he does Ram On kind of thing? I don't think he opened up. I never heard anything where he actually went into it like as a full band with the song, playing it.
And I didn't think he'd done that since the 1972 tour, 73 tour, the European tour. Yeah.
I think there's a little thing of him doing that on acoustic guitar. And I think that's what he's referring to, which was in there for a little bit. Only since they can't push you back very far, perhaps upstairs. Yeah, maybe they put us upstairs for you.
Yeah, maybe. They just don't want to hear you to be able to hear what they're saying amongst themselves.
Yeah. Add Run Devil Run to the set list. I'll take it. Thank you, MFK. Thank you indeed.
Thank you.
Anybody going to try again for Friday? I think somebody mentioned before they're going to try again for Friday. Yeah, I think you should. Mitch says Irving Plaza was GA. Hello, Patrick. I'm just kind of catching back on comments that I missed. Carlos, the VIP, now they have no meet and greet.
No.
Has there ever been a meet and greet? No, right?
I don't think so.
I knew it was on the uke. That's what CLM Inc. is referring to. I thought so. Yeah. All right, Mitch, try tomorrow with Amex. Maybe less people have Amex. Maybe you try that. So the Amex pre-sales is on the Wednesday, and then is there any pre-sale on Thursday too, Tony? Or then it's just
no, I don't think so. Man, it's just general sale. I think on Friday.
What do we say about I saw some posts on social media saying that, at these prices, he's never going to sell out all these gigs. What do you say to that, Tony?
I say he'll 100% sell them all out. That's what I think.
Yes, tomorrow, girl. The Amex pre-sale is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
When we both abandon sorrow and our Amex cards.
Mm.
Oh, no. Tomorrow. Try it tomorrow, girl.
Make sure you've got plenty of credit on your card.
Yeah. Yeah. All I can tell you is that I won't be using them anymore. After today, I won't be using them for anything. Nothing. I'm going to take those things, put them in a sock drawer, and leave them away.
Yeah.
So is that why it didn't go through? Oh, that's a good question. Shoot. So you tried to use Amex today?
Yeah, I did as well. I tried.
You did?
I've got an Amex and a MasterCard, both logged on thing. But the problem with mine was that I wasn't able to, pick the UK as a country on the Canadian Ticketmaster. If I'd been going for one of the US gigs, it would have been fine.
Yeah. David, hi David. Should have had Houston between Tulsa and New Orleans. Well, again, he's just trying to do certain cities. New Orleans should be an interesting show. I know that my friend Jonathan from Ranking the Beatles, he got tickets for because he lives in New Orleans. So Nola gets a show, which I'm pretty happy about for that city. Be nice. That must be a nice gig too. I don't know what size the venue is there though. Let's see. Do I need a code or anything?
I don't know because I didn't sign up for that.
I'll take a look. Caitlin. Yes, he's concentrating on cities he passed over in 2022. I'll have a quick look for you, Caitlin. Let's see. It's pre-sale happening now. So Minneapolis, Tulsa. Let me see. I don't know. Let me look at the reminders here, okay? On sale to general public Friday at 10 a.m. VIP. I'm not seeing another. Is it maybe only certain shows have Amex?
I don't know.
No limit, but you have to pay. Yeah, that's why I would never have an Amex. No way. It's too tempting. Let's see. So, all right. So now for the 21st in Hamilton, there's an Amex pre-sale Wednesday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. So Hamilton's got an Amex one. Do both both in Montreal have Amex? Chicago does not.
What shows are you looking for, Caitlin?
Buffalo does not. Pittsburgh does not. Columbus does not. So the Amex was only a few.
She's looking for Nashville. Caitlin is looking for tickets to Nashville.
No, let me see. Let me go back. Let me go back to that. The Pinnacle. Let's go back to the Pinnacle here. That's managed by AXS, so that's something else. Let's go back. Vegas. Let me check Vegas, Mitch. Hold on. Vegas, which is early in the tour. Nope. No Amex. Albuquerque, no Amex. Denver. Oh. So there's a couple there. Denver has a venue pre-sale that starts on Thursday at 10 a.m. And then a Rockies VIP. That's the baseball team. That's that sport that you guys say this would a stick.
Yeah.
And
Rounders.
There's a Rockies VIP. So there's another pre-sale just for Denver on Thursday at 10 a.m. Which I guess if you're into that, if you're a member of the Rockies or something, you can do that. Des Moines. Hey, Mazzy, you're the man. You do podcasts with my cousin Chris Campbell. Okay. Well, let's see. Des Moines, Iowa probably doesn't. Let's see. Interesting. So all right, AXS. Let's see. Enter your code. I'm entering my code again. Paste. Let's see what we got. No tickets available for anything. Probably because whatever they've released for now, I can't even tell you if there's one available for that, Caitlin. I don't know. I don't know if there is or not. It's the only one that was not managed by Ticketmaster. So, but I would try. I would try for those Canadian shows tomorrow, Caitlin, since you have the Amex. Any three of those. 17th, the 18th in Montreal at the Bell Center or in Hamilton. Try those. And I think you might get in. And that would really suck if it just denied it today because Amex had its own pre-sale. But then that wouldn't make – she could have – did you try? She tried for Nashville and didn't let her in. Because if there's only three cities that are taking Amex, if she had looked for a ticket in Atlanta – then why wouldn't it take her Amex? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
That's weird. But everybody had that problem today, dear. So I'm sorry about that. But I know you won't give up. I know you won't. Frustrating. Huh.
Yeah, it was the same for me. But I know the reason why. Because it wouldn't let me choose that. That my card is registered in the UK, but you haven't got that problem, Caitlin, because you could either pick Canada or United States. So you pick United States, and so it's not the same reason. So I know why mine it wouldn't take my money, but I don't know why it wouldn't take yours.
Caitlin, I thought if you wanted to go on to StubHub or something and try to get 2 seats that way, it might be a little bit more, but you might be able to get one today using that. Because people were buying them before, which, I just thought was foolish. But now you could probably try to do it. There are still tickets available on mine, but a standard ticket is higher than what I paid this morning. Well, that's that
dynamic pricing.
Dynamic pricing. What a lovely word to say. We're ripping you off.
Yeah.
Dynamic pricing. All right. CLM Inc. says he played Big Barton Band with a full band along with Bluebird, I'll Follow the Sun, among others. Whoa. Well, that would be amazing if we could see some footage of that. The only other show I'd try for is Georgia. Well, you've got 2 dates in Atlanta, and I know that that's close to you. So maybe try that on StubHub or something. I think she will. You've got connections, girl. Come on. You got to reach out to the big people and say, "Come on, you know who I am? I'm a DJ on the Beatles channel. Hook me up."
With that qualification, should be able to go directly to Paul.
Correct. Correct. She did. Oh, lordy. All right, gang. I think we're going to wind it down. We've debriefed and figured out what we're doing, and anxiousness will turn to joy as it sets in and sinks in for everybody.
Yeah.
Nashville, GA, StubHub, $1,200. There you go. Grab it. Yeah. Frangione. Yeah. Come on. So, Beatley Tone, thanks for being here. I hope you can relax tonight and get a good night's sleep.
Oh yes, I'm totally relaxed now.
On behalf of the Liverpool fam and the MVP and everybody out there who got tickets today, congratulations. Mitch Axelrod, you better try tomorrow. Life is short. Buy the tickets.
And good luck, Caitlin.
Yes. And everybody else that they're trying for tickets, good luck. Friday, general pre-sale. Stay in touch. Tim, make sure you message us, and we'll set up a time to hang out when we get to Montreal, when we're over there. So, for Beatley Tone, this is Andy Nichols signing off. Keep looking for tickets. Paul's coming back, and we'll be there.
See ya.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.